Hey guys, this is John, and I'm playing Super Mouse in the 1 minute pool on ICC. This is my first game of the session, and Super Mouse is opening with C6 and D6, kind of a passive, I don't know, maybe King's Indian-y setup. Actually, this is like a pretty flexible setup against many different types of lines. Usually they put the queen on C7 in this line. Not this time, though. Okay, I'll put my bishop back on E3 and go queen D2. I'd like to be able to play rook a c1 and then probably b4. Yeah, b4 looks like a good idea. If he goes knight e6, I think I'm going to do this move. This looks like a good plan. Okay, I'll take, and then I'm going to put the knight into b6, I think. Yeah. And maybe I'll support it with a4, a5. It just looks difficult for him to move. I suspect he'll play bishop g7 soon. I'm going to go knight back to a4 because I think my knight might be more annoying than his. Let's go bishop g5. Isn't his queen like really running out of squares? We'll go bishop f4 now. Target that pawn on d6. Might be a little difficult to win because he's got a lot of pressure down the d file if I do. So we'll see what I can cook up here. Bishop g5 is a threat. Maybe here. Go bishop d4. f4 is a threat now. Let's go back. f4 is again a threat. I'm controlling the pace of the game, but I'm down on the clock. I'll probably play h3 soon. His queen is actually in a very vulnerable position. I'm not threatening f4 yet.
Warning.
Except now I can go f4. His queen is really precarious, running out of squares, but I can't do anything about it. He's sacking the exchange. If bishop g7, I can maybe take on d6. Okay, let's go queen into b6. Let's go h3. A lot of maneuvering in this game.
Check.
Yeah, I'm just going to end up flagging him. That's what's going to happen here. Okay. Alright, so won my first game of the session. Let's get back in the pool. Super Mouse from, is that Vietnam, this flag? Yes, it is. I had a really awesome session yesterday where I went, I don't know, something like 12-1, something like that. It was a real confidence booster, maybe 11-1, I don't know. It was a real confidence booster after the session before that where I had a real tough time against some GMs. So we'll see what happens today. I'm playing on Saturday. It's about 5 o'clock Central U.S. time. So maybe getting a little late European time and elsewhere. So I'm kind of surprised the pool is this uninhabited right now. Let's just see if anyone's playing. Super Mouse again against a guy from Iran. Oh, UAE. Okay. Yeah, not a lot of big name action. It'd be so nice to catch someone like MVL in the 1 minute pool. I know he plays on ICC on occasion. Also Hikaru, of course. Probably the most famous bullet player of all time. All right, SingerMarta from Ukraine. I think that's Ukraine. Yeah. Okay, so we got a... this line is interesting. Usually they go knight h4 in this line. I'll play h6. I think I can get away with that just based on how they've played it. I'll play queen b8 to keep their knight out of e5. I actually quite like this setup for black. Put the bishop back on h7. Maybe a5. They'll probably play c5 and start to undermine. It doesn't do that. So now I'm looking to break with e5 somewhere. Let's go e5 now. Meanwhile, they will be trying to presumably attack c6. The way the game's playing out is a little bit unusual, I think. Queen f5 probably wasn't a good idea. Let's just try to trade the light square bishops. Maybe e3 is weak. Might keep them reasonably tied down. Okay, I'll hide my king. c6 is kind of falling, though. Yeah, c6 is a problem. I can't defend it. Okay, I'm going to sack. They can play bishop h3. They're choosing not to take my rook yet. Okay, now they finally take it. Yeah, pretty much now my only chance is activity against their
Time
king.
warning.
But I do have pretty good chances with that, I think, because I'm getting some pretty nice play. Ooh, except for that.
Check.
Gotta go here. They can take on f7, can't they? Okay. Now c5
Check.
is hanging with check. Okay, they just hung their rook.
Check.
Don't know why I gave that check. That was a completely pointless check.
Check. Check. Check.
Okay,
Check.
see if I can
Check.
trade queens with them.
Check. Check.
Okay, I won. Wild game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure their pressure against c6 like basically should allow them to crash through at some point. But I managed to confuse the game just enough. I mean, honestly, I think right around here, rook e6 is my only chance. If I don't play that move, then they're just going to win c6, and that passed c-pawn carries the day. And probably b5 is falling as well. I actually thought they should play bishop h3. I think that would have been good. Because if they could win the exchange without having to part with the knight on d4, then, yeah, I'm just done for. So it's good that for me that they missed bishop h3 in that position. All right, so first two games are in the books. They're wins. Again, let's see who's playing. Super Mouse once more against Tetra Pak. Yeah, this is actually the same setup that Super Mouse chose from the black side in our last game. Here, his opponent is doing it. Just a real flexible setup. I've never really done systems in Bullet. Like some people will have their own pet system that allows them to play a lot of fast moves. I mean, I have lines that I'll play, but I adjust a play based on who my opponent is. Here I would play knight b6 if I were white, just to stop the rook from infiltrating. But yeah, I don't have like you know, an approach I use against every single possible line that people can throw at me. I always adjust my play. All right, so CBuys is our next opponent. I'll go c4. Looks like we got a symmetrical English. Play d4 here. Okay, he takes. Usually they play d6 now and then queen d3. Okay, b3. I can decide if I want to fianchetto my bishop or do something else. Yeah, I actually kind of misplayed this. Guess I'll go here now and try to make the best of it. Position's almost dead equal, though. Queen a5 is annoying, yeah. Alright, I guess I'll go here. He can win a pawn now, though. He could have won a pawn by taking on c1, I believe, on the last move. Okay, let's go here, just defend that weakness. h4, h5. I wonder who's going to win the battle for this file. I want it to be me. That's annoying. That is annoying. Okay, I'm going to go queen c6. Rook d5. Okay, I'll go here. I'm just going to make a beeline for the center.
Check.
Yeah, I'm probably just losing that pawn,
Time
though,
warning.
aren't I?
Check.
Yeah, this is no good. I'm going to try to go attack the pawn on f7, see what happens, but overall, I'm not liking my chances now. Maybe I can go f3 and then g4, make a pass pawn. They can go rook c4, though. Yeah, rook c4 is super irritating. Okay, I'm definitely losing now.
Check.
Maybe we can cause some trouble. My time situation is quite dire, though. Oh, I got him with that.
Check. Check. Check.
Oh, I almost had it. Yeah, I employed a typical bullet trick where, you know, I queened because he wasn't expecting it. Okay, but yeah, that last game I probably deserved to lose just based on how it went. Let's go here. Give a check. This is kind of a weird position. I think I'm losing material now. All right, fine. You can nearly trap my queen. This is pretty bad. Yeah, my queen is in serious trouble now. Guess I'll just castle. Oh, knight e2, that's what he was preparing. Duh. Okay, we'll just do this. Yeah, I think I'm... Position's going down the tubes.
Check.
Not much more to be said. At least there's no immediate mate. Actually, okay, I'm going to win a little material back. Not enough to compensate. But, really? Did
Check.
that, huh? I'm surprised
Check.
by the way this guy's choosing to try to convert this position. Yeah, guess I'll just do this.
Check.
I'm just losing here, but... Losing pretty easily. Knight f5
Check.
is crushing. Okay. Well, at least it didn't make it that bad. Last warning. I'm going to fianchetto. And let's go a4, just so I can try to win my pawn back later. We'll take... Except I'm just kind of down a pawn now, aren't I? Not a good opening by me. Let's go here. I'm going to try to win a piece.
Check.
Or win one of his pawns, just to make it complicated for him. Okay. F3 check was a threat
Check.
there, so I had to respond to that. Let's go here. Now I'm threatening queen h6. I'm going to sack my rook on f1 if I can. Let's go h3. If he takes
Check.
on f2, I'll do this. I hope that I have enough here.
Check.
Let's go here. I've got mate threats galore. Yeah, he had to do that. Rook c6. Okay, that should be winning. Yeah, this is over. Well, maybe not. Let's take. Yeah, I'm winning now. It's just going to be slightly tricky
Time warning.
because of the time. Let's go here.
Check.
Go take that guy.
Check. Check. Check.
He's fast, but he's not fast enough that he's going to
Check.
save this position. Okay, well, I kind of swindled him in that game. But, yeah, I think this is how I like to play against these guys who are super fast now. You got to set them some sort of problem. You know, I knew when I did bishop f4 that e5, knight f5 taking, that this probably wasn't sound for me. But his king was in jeopardy the rest of the game. And even when it looked like, you know, my position was looking very dicey, he just didn't have enough time to figure it out. I mean, for him to only get 45 moves off, like a player that fast, I think it's optimal to set him problems. He's going to do the same setup again, I bet. I'm going to try to do this h5, h4 thing. Just be super annoying. See if we can cause some trouble. Yeah, gotta present like some original problem against these guys. You know, the worst thing you can do is just sit there and let them play their usual system. Okay, I'll go g5. Ooh. Causing myself original problems here. This is not a good example of what I was talking about. At least I'm threatening h2. Okay, let's go b6 and try to go c5. Maybe I can knock his knight off its perch. How about bishop b7? Guess I'll guard e6 a little bit better. d4 seems okay. Here. Only way to defend c5 and e6. Not a good position, but I'm hanging around.
Check.
Hanging around. I'd like to go here. Rook c6 maybe? No. How about this? Just have this massive pawns. Let's swing this rook over. This is a lot of fun now. Let's see if he'll let me mate him on c2.
Check.
This is a very sneaky position. Let's go here. Time warning for him. He just lost a piece.
Check. 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 Check.
Oh, gotta watch out for mate.
Check. Check. Check.
Alright. Cool. Alright, so I got him that time again. I kept him under 60 moves. This guy's, I just know, is faster than me. So for me to keep him under 60 moves is good. Alright, I'm going to play a couple more games. And wrap it up, call it a session. See who LastWarning is. Doesn't say. Once again, like, really speculative game from me. Like, h5, h4, h3. Typical bullet stuff, like push the rook pawn to the neglect of the rest of your development. But once I got b6 and c5 in, like, I had this nice central mass that really caused him some sleepless nights. Okay, we'll play this game and then one other game. Not quite sure what this system is this guy's playing. Okay, castle queenside. I'm alright with that. Put the king on b1. Probably play g3 and bishop h3. Alright, we'll do this first. See if we can swap some stuff. Queens are coming off the board. Yeah, I think bishop h3 is a good little mini plan. I can double up and attack that. I want to kick his knight out of c5. I don't want to do it quite yet, though. So I'd like to put my knight on f4. He thwarted that plan, however. Okay, I'll go back to that square. That's annoying. Actually, now I'm going to win a pawn, I think. So I can take and then take on f4. So, and then I'm going to win g6 as well. This is dominoes. Okay, here I'm threatening knight e6. I'll take and then take on d6. I'm just winning lots and lots of material.
Check.
Yeah, I can take that. If he takes my rook, I have knight c3. Yeah,
check.
He mouse slipped. He meant to take on d5. Okay, last game. Yeah, this one went south for him when he played f4. f4 was not advised. It's a good move in theory because it tries to shut my bishop out, and like he's trying to triple up my pawns, even at the cost of a pawn to himself, but yeah, that bishop h3 move is too strong of a reply. Alright, so we got SingerMarta in the final game. We'll get another one of these lines. I should have played bishop f5. I should have liberated my bishop. Now it's a little bit tougher. This position's still fine, though. I think I've actually played this position before. I'll just try to swap the dark square bishops. They keep the bishops on board. Maybe I'll try... this could get a little tricky, because I want to play c5 very bad. I'll do it now. Ooh, I gotta be kind of careful, though. I am going to take here, and then take here. A little bit worried about my d8 square weakness. I hope they can't exploit that somehow. Yeah, my king is a problem too, isn't it? Now they're threatening rook d8. I have to be aware of that. Gotta be very careful. I allowed rook d7 in that position. Maybe I can drop my bishop back to f8. That will be a good way to defend. Okay, rook e8. Threatened to take on h5. I think I can just take now. Go queen g4. They can win a7
Time.
at their leisure. I'll try to go h4. This is getting weird. I think in my favor, though. Queen's nearly
Check.
trapped.
Check.
And their rook. Yep, and they resigned. Okay. All right, pretty good session on the whole. I don't think my rating did much of anything because I was playing down so much. Did I have 2 losses? Yeah, 2 losses right in the middle. Yeah, losing to the 2167 hurt. So where did we start? We started with Super Mouse. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. And I was 6-2, it looks like. Yeah, 6-2 in that session. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I am still hanging around number 10 on the best list, so I'll take it. And hope everyone's having a good weekend. I'll be back tomorrow with some more bullet action. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.